అందరికీ నా హార్దిక్ స్వాగతం. మన అందరికీ తెలుసు 3 దినాల క్రితం మన రాష్ట్రం 9 సంవత్సరాలు చాలా విజయవంతంగా పూర్తి చేసి ఒక 10వ సంవత్సరానికి అడుగుపెట్టింది. గత 10 సంవత్సరాల్లో సమగ్రమైన అభివృద్ధి ప్రణాళిక చూస్తే దాంట్లో ఐటీ శాఖ, ఐటీ ఇండస్ట్రీ ఒక చాలా కీలక పాత్రత్వం పోషించింది. మొదటి నుంచి 2014 నుంచి ఇప్పటి వరకు ప్రతి సంవత్సరం ఈ సెక్టర్ ద్వారా కొత్త వాళ్ళకి ఉద్యోగం కల్పించడం, ఆర్థిక అభివృద్ధి జరగడం, ప్రత్యేకంగా మరియు పరోక్షంగా మన రాష్ట్ర జీడిపికి వాళ్ళ ఈ సెక్టర్ నుంచి కాంట్రిబ్యూషన్ రావడం మనము చాలా స్పష్టంగా చూడగలుగుతున్నాము. గత సంవత్సరం కూడా ఒక మైల్ రాయిల్గా భావించాల్సిందిగా అవసరం ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకంటే తొందరలో గౌరవ మంత్రివర్యులు గత సంవత్సరం మన సాధించిన ప్రగతి మీద కొన్ని వివరాలు తెలియపరుస్తారు. అప్పుడు మీరే చూడగలుగుతారు గత సంవత్సరం మిగతా గడిచిన 8 సంవత్సరాల కంటే ఎంత భిన్నంగా ఉంది అండ్ ఎంత వేగంగా, ఎంత తీవ్రంగా ఈ ఒక సంవత్సరంలో అభివృద్ధి సాధించడం జరిగింది. 2014లో నాకు గుర్తు ఉంది, అప్పుడు కేంద్ర మన ఐటీ శాఖ కార్యదర్శి ఒక ఐటీ స్టేట్ సెక్రటరీస్తో ఒక మీటింగ్ పెట్టారు. అండ్ ఆ మీటింగ్లో చాలా సమయం బెంగళూరులో ఏం జరుగుతూ ఉంది, గుర్గావ్లో ఏం జరుగుతూ ఉంది, ఇట్లాంటి చెన్నైలో ఏం జరుగుతూ ఉంది, ఆ రాష్ట్రానికి చెందిన సెక్రటరీస్ నుంచి ఎక్కువగా అడిగి తెలుసుకోవడము, వాళ్ళని మాట్లాడి ఎక్కువ సమయం కేటాయించడం ఇట్లాంటివి జరుగుతూ ఉండింది. బట్ ఈరోజు పరిస్థితి ఎట్లా ఉంది అంటే కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం స్థాయిలో ఎప్పుడైనా రాష్ట్ర సెక్రటరీస్తో ఎప్పుడైనా మీటింగ్ జరుగుతూ ఉంటే మొట్టమొదటిగా అవకాశం మన తెలంగాణకి వస్తుంది. తెలంగాణలో జరుగుతున్నటువంటి అభివృద్ధి, ఇక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి వివిధ రకమైన ప్రోగ్రామ్స్. ఈరోజు మా కలీగ్ రమాదేవి గారు లేరు, ఆమె వేరే కార్యక్రమంలో నిమగ్నంగా ఉన్నారు. కానీ ఎమర్జింగ్ టెక్నాలజీస్ వినియోగించడంలో కూడా మన రాష్ట్రంలో ఉన్నటువంటి వివిధ రకమైన కార్యక్రమాలు ఈరోజు మొత్తం జాతీయ స్థాయికి ఒక ఆదర్శంగా నిలిచి ఉంది. ఇట్లాంటి ప్రగతి చూసి ప్రతి ఒక్కరూ ఆశ్చర్యపడుతున్నారు. ఇతర రాష్ట్రాల నుంచి ప్రతినిధులు మన దగ్గరికి ఎప్పుడైనా వస్తూ ఉంటారు. ఈరోజు ఈ ప్రెస్ మీట్ కూడా టీ హబ్లో జరపడం, దానికి కూడా ఒక సార్థక్యం ఉంది. ఎందుకంటే టెక్నాలజీ ఆంటర్‌ప్రెన్యూర్‌షిప్ కూడా ప్రభుత్వం ప్రోత్సహించాల్సిందిగా ఒక చాలా ముఖ్యమైన కర్తవ్యంగా ఉంది, ముఖ్యమైన బాధ్యతగా ఉంది. అండ్ ఈ సెంటర్ నుంచి ఇట్లాంటి ఉన్నటువంటి సిటీలో, రాష్ట్రంలో 76 ఇతర సెంటర్స్ నుంచి జరుగుతున్నటువంటి టెక్నాలజీ అభివృద్ధి కూడా మన రాష్ట్ర ప్రగతికి ఒక చాలా ముఖ్యమైన ప్రతీకము. సో ఇతర వివరాలు కొంతసేపట్లో గౌరవ మంత్రివర్యుల దగ్గర నుంచి మనం తెలుసుకుంటాము. మరి ఒకసారి ఈ ప్రెస్ మీట్కి వచ్చినందుకు ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి నా హార్దిక ధన్యవాదం తెలియపరుస్తున్నాను.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. ఇప్పుడు నాస్కామ్, నేషనల్ అసోసియేషన్ ఫర్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ అండ్ సర్వీసెస్ కంపెనీస్, వీళ్ళ దగ్గర ఒక పెద్ద రీసెర్చ్ టీం ఉంటుంది. వాళ్ళు ప్రపంచంలో ఆర్థిక మాంద్యం గురించి, ప్రపంచం వరల్డ్ ఎకానమీ ఎలా డెవలప్ అవుతుంది, అలాగే హూ ఆర్ ద కీ డ్రైవర్స్ ఫర్ గ్రోత్, హూ విల్ లీడ్ ద రివైవల్, గ్లోబల్ సప్లై చైన్స్ ఎలా ఉన్నాయి, ఇండియన్ ఐటీ ఇండస్ట్రీ ఎలా పనిచేస్తుంది, ఇలాంటి సమగ్రమైన రీసెర్చ్ చేస్తుంటారు. కొన్ని నంబర్లు ఇక్కడ మీకు చూపించడం జరుగుతుంది వాళ్ళు చేసిన దాంట్లో. ఇందాక సెక్రటరీ గారు అన్నట్టు ఐటీ ఎకానమీ కాంట్రిబ్యూట్స్ ఎ లాట్ టు జీడిపి. నాస్కామ్ ప్రకారం ఐటీ ఎకానమీ కాంట్రిబ్యూట్స్ టు 7.5% ఆఫ్ ఇండియాస్ జీడిపి, విచ్ ఈస్ హ్యూజ్. తర్వాత మొత్తం దేశవ్యాప్తంగా ఐటీ సెక్టర్లో పనిచేసే వాళ్ళు 54 లక్షల మంది ఉన్నారు. 5.4 మిలియన్, 54 లక్షల మంది ఉన్నారు. ఈ సంవత్సరం ఇండియాలో నెట్ న్యూ జాబ్స్ 2.9 ల్యాక్స్ యాడ్ చేయడం జరిగింది. అలాగే ఈ ఇయర్ గ్రోత్ ఇన్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ 9.36%. ఇండియా ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్, తెలంగాణ కాదు. తెలంగాణ రావాలంటే మీరు మంత్రి గారి మొత్తం స్పీచ్ అయ్యేదాకా ఉండాలి. చివరిలో క్లైమాక్స్లో వస్తాయి నంబర్లు. లాస్ట్ 2 రోజులుగా చాలామంది అడుగుతున్నారు మీ నంబర్లు ఎంత ఉన్నాయి, 2.1 ల్యాక్, 2.2 ల్యాక్ అని. పైగా మినిస్టర్ గారు ట్వీట్ చేసిన తర్వాత మరింత ఆసక్తి పెరిగింది. బట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు వెయిట్ టిల్ ద ఎండ్ టు గెట్ దోస్ నంబర్స్. So now I request Srikanth to throw some light on these numbers and what IT means to the Indian economy and Telangana.
Thank you. So good afternoon, everybody, and first of all, Honorable Minister, IT Secretary, and other people present here. I think just to take on from where Amarnath left, I think IT industry, I think, has contributed a lot, and as he said, 9.4% on in terms of growth, in terms of export, and about 13% growth in terms of domestic was the outgoing number for the year 22 to 23, which is April 22 to March, April 22 to March 23. But what is even more pertinent is we talked about 290,000 jobs, almost 300,000 jobs there. But what is more important is about 36% of this was digitally skilled, which is very, very important today's growth scenario. And I think Telangana is also well ahead of it, of these numbers in the same lines. And what is more pertinent, and I want to kind of add here, is the growth of Telangana. I think there are three reasons that come to my mind where the growth of the IT industry in the state has been happening. One, I think, is real good infrastructure, physical infrastructure, which is a very important piece in the growth of the industry. The second very important piece is availability and regular supply of good, skilled talent, which I think is a continuous process, and the state is on it continuously all the time, and I'm sure it will take us a long way from here. And last but not the least, I think is a very welcoming team led by the minister himself. I think every company that comes to the state actually comes and talks of the kind of reception that they get in terms of every investor who comes to the state talks of the kind of reception they get here, which is unprecedented. And I'm sure all this will go a long way in making Telangana to contribute more, a bigger percentage of the industry in this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Srikanth. Next, we have representatives from SEZ and STPI. మేము ఈరోజు ఏదైతే నంబర్లు మన తెలంగాణ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ కానీ తెలంగాణ ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ కానీ ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తున్నామో ప్రతి ఒక్క నంబరు కంపెనీ నుంచి ఆడిట్ అయ్యి ఎస్ఈజెడ్ ఎస్టీపీఐ ద్వారా వ్యాలిడేట్ చేసి మీకు ఇవ్వబడింది. బోత్ ఎస్టీపీఐ అండ్ ఎస్ఈజెడ్ ఆర్ గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా societies, independent societies. STPI is under the Ministry of Electronics and IT, Government of India. SEZ is under the Ministry of Commerce, Government of India. మొట్టమొదటిగా SEZ నుంచి శ్రీ శ్రీనివాస్ కలిగొట్ల గారు ఉన్నారు. He is also a member of our CCITI and we also participate part of the SEZ board. So request Srinivas garu to offer his comments.
Good afternoon, everybody. Gaurav Mantri Sri KTR garu, Principal Secretary Jayesh Ranjan garu, and dignitaries on the dais and my friends. I'm happy to be part of the team that has contributed for the growth of the industry in the state of Telangana. Hyderabad has been a hub for pharma and IT sector for quite a long time. Aviation sector is also coming up very nicely. Recently, we have also received a proposal from Safran Group, which is coming up with MRO facility for engines, and it is proposing an investment of more than 7,700 crores and employment to 1,000 people. Already it has it has 2 units in the Hyderabad aviation, GMR Aviation SEZ. And I know Hyderabad is always a choice destination for the entrepreneurs because of various reasons, like ease of doing business, availability of skilled manpower, and getting faster approvals from the government, and great connectivity, apart from, to name a few. So again, I would like to mention that actually SEZ Act is also getting revamped, and to make it more competitive and attractive. So I sincerely hope and believe that in the next couple of years, development of the trade and industry in the Telangana, definitely it would double in the next couple of years. Thank you all.
Thank you, Srinivas garu. We have 38 operational SEZs in the state, out of which 28 of them are IT SEZs, and about 350 operational units, and you've been supporting all of them. Thank you. And also thank you again for providing us the numbers, export numbers, validating them and giving it to us. Now I'd request Sri Bharat Kumar garu, representative from STPI Hyderabad, to offer his comments.
Honorable Minister KTR sir and Jayesh Ranjan sir and all other dignitaries, thank you for making Telangana as a proud, you can see that it's a globally, Hyderabad is the destination for all the IT companies, the exports rates which we are seeing now. I think I think other states cannot beat. In future also, it will be globally icon for Hyderabad for IT hub. And I can see the export rate, if you see, is consistently the STPI, we are doing good. And in fact, today is our 32nd foundation day, STPI. So that's why my director is in Delhi. Yeah, Iraj sir. 32nd STPI foundation day. So 3 decades back, it has started, and we have supported IT companies by providing incentives, and this Telangana IT policy is also really helping. I personally visit all IT CEOs and all for the registration, and at that time I see what kind of encourage they are getting. So really, I see the news and all. Sir recently visited outside countries also. The way he has brought like huge exports, I think it will perform in future also. That way we are going in handshaking mode. I think definitely I can see that Hyderabad will be the #1 in all IT across India. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bharat Garu. And coming from a Government of India representative, it really means a lot. So, మీరు చూస్తే STPI, it was established in 1991, and they were established in a lot of centers, and Hyderabad was one of the first chosen. And we had our first STPI center in Maitrivanam in 3 floors in 1991. And there were some companies before then. Prior to that, 1987, when Intergraph was there, they were the first MNC. So we're almost 36 years into start of the first MNC in Hyderabad. Again, thanks Bharat Garu. Thank you for all the support that you've been giving us. Now we are coming to the big moment where request the Honorable Minister to launch the progress report and then offer his comments. Now we request the Honorable Minister to present the progress report for the year.
Thank you. గౌరవనీయులు మా శాఖ ప్రిన్సిపల్ సెక్రటరీ శ్రీ జయేష్ రంజన్ గారు, గౌరవనీయులు శ్రీకాంత్ గారు ఫ్రమ్ నాస్కామ్, శ్రీనివాస్ గారు ఫ్రమ్ ఆర్ SEZ, అండ్ భరత్ గారు ఫ్రమ్ STPI, గౌరవనీయులు అమర్నాథ్ రెడ్డి గారు మా చీఫ్ రిలేషన్స్ ఆఫీసర్, our special secretary Dr. Vishnuvardhan Reddy, and to all my colleagues from the IT department, to all my friends from the media, మీ అందరికీ కూడా హృదయపూర్వకంగా నమస్కారం, హృదయపూర్వకంగా స్వాగతం. యాక్చువల్లీ శనివారం రోజు రిపోర్ట్ విడుదల చేద్దాం అనుకున్నాం, కానీ అదే రోజు దురదృష్టవశాత్తు మన ఒరిస్సాలో రైల్వే ప్రమాదం జరగడం, అందులో 100 మంది మరణించడం, దాంతో మేమందరం కూడా అనుకున్నాము మీకు కొంత ఇబ్బంది కూడా కలిగించినట్టున్నాం ఆ రోజు ప్రెస్కి, ఎందుకంటే అన్ని ఏర్పాట్లు అయిన తర్వాత చివరి నిమిషంలో పోస్ట్పోన్ అయింది. కానీ అది సందర్భం కరెక్ట్గా అనిపించలేదు. ఒక మంచి వార్త పంచుకోవాలి, శుభవార్త పంచుకోవాలన్నప్పుడు అది కూడా అట్లాంటి మూడ్లో దేశం ఉన్నప్పుడు, రాష్ట్రం ఉన్నప్పుడు, ప్రజలు ఉన్నప్పుడు మంచిది కాదు అనుకునే చేయలేదు. కాబట్టి ఎవరికైనా అసౌకర్యం కలిగితే మన్నించాలని ముందుగా కోరుకుంటూ, నాకు ఈరోజు ఇక్కడ నిలబడి మాట్లాడేటప్పుడు ఒక సందర్భం గుర్తొస్తూ ఉంది. ఇన్ 2014, when the new state of Telangana came into being, June 2nd, 2014 నాడు, అంటే సరిగ్గా 9 ఏళ్ళ 3 రోజుల కిందట, ఆ రోజు నాకు బాగా గుర్తున్న సందర్భం ఏంటంటే, నేను IT మంత్రిగా అదే రోజు మంత్రిగా ప్రమాణ స్వీకారం చేసిన తర్వాత స్ట్రైట్గా తెల్లవారి 3 తారీఖు నాడు, జూన్ నాడు, నేను అప్పుడున్న నా IT సెక్రటరీ గారు బయలుదేరి స్ట్రైట్గా మేము ఇండియన్ స్కూల్ ఆఫ్ బిజినెస్కి పోయాం, ISBలో ఆ రోజు ఒక చర్చ పెట్టుకున్నాం. రెండవ రోజు IT డిపార్ట్మెంట్, ITENC డిపార్ట్మెంట్, ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ టెక్నాలజీ అండ్ ఎలక్ట్రానిక్స్ అండ్ కమ్యూనికేషన్స్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ పరంగా మనకున్న స్ట్రెంగ్స్ ఏంటి, మనకున్న వీక్నెసెస్ ఏంటి, మనకున్న ఆపర్చునిటీస్ ఏంటి, థ్రెట్స్ ఏంటి, అంటే ఒక స్వాట్ అనాలిసిస్. అవకాశాలను ఎట్లా అందిపుచ్చుకోవాలి, ఎక్కడ వెనుకబడుతున్నాం, ఎక్కడ నిజానికి బెంగళూరు లాంటి నగరాలతో పోటీ పడలేకపోతున్నాం, ఏ రకమైన చర్యలు తీసుకుంటే బెంగళూరుని కూడా మరి పోటీ పడే స్థాయికి, బెంగళూరుకి కూడా ఒక పోటీనిచ్చే స్థాయికి ఎట్లా ఎదగాలి అనే ఒక ఆలోచన, ఆ రోజు కొంత సమాలోచనలు ప్రారంభించినాం. ఆ రోజు ఒక్కరోజే కాకుండా ఆ తర్వాత కూడా జూన్ 3 నాడు, ఆ తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఒక వారం 10 రోజుల తర్వాత మళ్ళీ అట్లా IIIT, ISB, ఇంకా కొంతమంది ఇక్కడ ఐటీ రంగానికి సంబంధించిన పెద్దలు, STPI, అదేవిధంగా NASCOM ఇట్లాంటి సంస్థలకు సంబంధించిన పెద్దలు అందరితో కూడా కూర్చొని చాలాసార్లు ఆలోచనలు చేశాం. ఏం చేయాలి, ఎట్లా చేస్తే రిజల్ట్ వస్తుందని అందరం మాట్లాడుకున్న తర్వాత జూన్ నెల చివరి, ఐ థింక్ 28th జూన్ 2014 తాజ్ కృష్ణాలో ఒక మీటింగ్ పెట్టాం. అందులో దాదాపు అప్పుడు హైదరాబాద్ నగరంలో ఉండే ఐటీ రంగానికి సంబంధించిన ముఖ్యులందరినీ కూడా ఆహ్వానించాం. ఇందులో కొంతమంది ప్రెస్ మిత్రులు కూడా ఆ రోజు, ఇందులో ఇక్కడ కూర్చున్న వాళ్ళు కూడా ఆ రోజు వచ్చి ఉంటారు అనుకున్నాను, ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ చాలా కొత్త మొహాలు ఉన్నాయి. మరి అప్పటికి ఇప్పటికి కొత్త వాళ్ళు వచ్చారంటే తెలియదు కానీ, బట్ అప్పుడు ప్రెస్ వాళ్ళు కూడా చాలామంది వచ్చినారు. అయితే ఫ్రమ్ డిఫరెంట్ పబ్లికేషన్స్, లాట్ ఆఫ్ యూ హెడ్ కమ్. ఆ రోజు నేను ఒక మాట అన్నప్పుడు చాలామంది నమ్మలేదు. ఐ సెడ్ వెయిట్ ఫర్ అన్ ఇయర్, ఒక సంవత్సరం ఆగండి. హైదరాబాద్ తిరిగి తన దూకుడు ప్రదర్శిస్తుంది, ఐటీ రంగంలో దూసుకుపోతుంది. ఒక సంవత్సరం తిరగకుండానే హైదరాబాద్లో మార్పులు మీరు చూస్తారు. ఒక దశాబ్దం లోపల హైదరాబాద్ని ఐటీ రంగంలో దేశంలోనే ఒక అగ్రశ్రేణి నగరంగా నించోబెడతాము, బెంగళూరుతో ధీటుగా నిలబెడతాము అనే ఒక మాట ఆ రోజు చెప్పడానికి కొంత సాహసం కావాలి. ఎందుకంటే అప్పటికి ఇంకా మాకు కూడా అంత పూర్తిగా అవగాహన లేదు. ఏం జరుగుతుంది ఇండస్ట్రీలో, ఏం జరుగుతుంది నగరంలో, ఏం జరుగుతుంది దేశంలో అనే పూర్తి అవగాహన లేకుండా ఆ మాట చెప్పాలి అంటే కొంత ధైర్యం, సాహసం కూడా కావాలి. దానికి తగ్గ విధంగా ఇక్కడ గౌరవ ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు కానీ, ప్రభుత్వం కానీ ఒక క్లారిటీ, ఒక ప్రణాళిక, ఏం చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాం, ఒక విజన్, ఒక డైరెక్షన్, ఇవన్నీ ఉండాలి. సో ఆ రోజు నుంచి ఈ రోజుకి చూసుకుంటే, ఆ రోజు మేము మా ప్రయాణం ప్రారంభించినాడు 2013-14లో ద ఐటీ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ Telangana and predominantly Hyderabad were about 56,000 crores. 2013-14 figures తీసుకుంటే 56,000 crores was the total IT exports from Telangana and Hyderabad. The total number of people employed directly in the technology sector was about 320,000 odd direct jobs. And as you all know, మరి ఒక ఐటీ రంగంలో ఒక ప్రత్యక్ష ఉపాధి అవకాశం ఉంటే పరోక్షంగా మరొక 4 అవకాశాలు వస్తాయి. 1:4 is the general ratio that we talk about. సో అక్కడి నుంచి మీరు చూస్తే అంచెలంచెలుగా ఎదుగుతూ 56,000 కోట్ల నుంచి 56,000 కోట్ల ఉద్యోగాల నుంచి 56,000 కోట్ల ఐటీ ఎగుమతుల నుంచి 3,20,000 ఉద్యోగుల నుంచి లాస్ట్ ఇయర్కి చూస్తే సరిగ్గా 1,83,000 కోట్ల ఐటీ ఎగుమతులు, 7 లక్షల పైచిలుకు ఉద్యోగులు. ఇది ఒక ప్రోగ్రెస్ మీరు గమనించినట్టయితే. దట్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ వాజ్ అ గ్రేట్ స్టోరీ. బట్ వాట్ హ్యాపెండ్ దిస్ ఇయర్ ఈజ్ ఈవెన్ మోర్ ఇంప్రెసివ్, ఈవెన్ మోర్ స్టాగరింగ్, అండ్ దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఐ విల్ కమ్ టు నౌ. మై హంబుల్ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఇస్, ప్లీజ్ రిమైండ్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ ఆఫ్ 2-3 థింగ్స్. ఒకటి, ఈ పీరియడ్లోనే కరెక్ట్గా కోవిడ్ వచ్చింది. 2 సంవత్సరాలు కోవిడ్తో వర్క్ ఫ్రమ్ హోమ్ అంటే, వర్క్ ఫ్రమ్ బెంగళూరులో అయితే జోక్స్ ఉన్నాయి, వర్క్ ఫ్రమ్ రోడ్ అని అదని ఇదని జోక్స్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి. సో అట్లా వర్క్ ఫ్రమ్ హోమ్ అని, వర్క్ ఫ్రమ్ రోడ్ అని, వర్క్ ఫ్రమ్ ఇదని, హైబ్రిడ్ మోడల్ అని కొత్త మాటలు ఎన్నో విన్నాం, మనమే విన్నాం. ఆ పరిస్థితి అంతా కూడా జరిగింది. ప్లస్ కోవిడ్ తర్వాత అసలు కొత్త ఉద్యోగాలు వస్తాయా, అసలు ఐటీ రంగంలో ఏమవుతుంది, ఇట్లాంటి కొంత అనిశ్చితమైన వాతావరణం కూడా ఉండింది. ఇదంతా ఒకవైపు. దీంతో పాటు ఇంకోవైపు మాకు కేంద్రం నుంచి లభించాల్సిన సహకారం కానీ ఇంకోటి కానీ ఎక్కడా కూడా ఏమీ లేదు. ఉన్న ITIR రద్దు చేశారు. ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ టెక్నాలజీ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ రీజన్ ఏదైతే అప్పుడు యూపీఏ గవర్నమెంట్ పోతూ అనౌన్స్ చేసిందో బెంగళూరుకి, హైదరాబాద్కి, అది రద్దయింది. రద్దు అవ్వడమే కాకుండా దాని స్థానంలో ప్రత్యామ్నాయంగా కూడా ఏమీ రాలేదు. ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ మోడల్ ఆన్ ఎంకరేజింగ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ టెక్నాలజీ ఇన్ ఇండియా అనే మోడలే లేదు. పోనీ ఇంకేదైనా సహకారం అందిందా అంటే ఏది కూడా లేదు. మొత్తానికి కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వ సహకారం ఏమీ లేదు. లేకపోగా ఇంకా ఇన్ఫ్యాక్ట్ ఇంకో మాటలో చెప్పాలి అంటే చాలా లిమిటెడ్గా అక్కడో ఇక్కడో ఏదో మాట సహాయం తప్ప ఒక పైసా సహాయం లేదు, ఆర్థికపరమైన ప్రయోజనం లేదు. సరే, SEZ లాంటి సంస్థలు, STPI లాంటి సంస్థలు వాళ్ళ పరిధిలో వాళ్ళు సహకరించారు తప్ప యాజ్ ఎ గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా డిడ్ నాట్ కమ్ అవుట్ విత్ అన్ ఆల్టర్నేట్ మోడల్. కొత్త మోడల్ కానీ ఇంకోటి కానీ ఏది లేదు. replacing ITIR. In spite of that, this 9th annual report, let me remind again, ఇది మా కొత్త కాదు, ఇది 9వ annual report. We have done this in the past, we are doing it again. మాకెవరు చెప్పలేదు, మాకెవరు డిమాండ్ చేయలేదు మీరు చేయాలి రిపోర్ట్ అని. అయినప్పటికీ we have been publishing a report every year because we believe in accountability, we believe in transparency. తప్పకుండా పారదర్శకంగా జవాబుదారీతనంతో ప్రజలకు మాకు ఇచ్చిన అధికారం కట్టబెట్టిన ప్రజలకి ఏం జరిగింది ఏం జరుగుతూ ఉంది చెప్పాలి అనే ఒక మౌలికమైన ఒక ప్రిన్సిపల్ పెట్టుకొని ప్రతి సంవత్సరం ఇండస్ట్రీస్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కానీ అర్బన్ డెవలప్మెంట్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కానీ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ టెక్నాలజీ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కానీ ప్రతి సంవత్సరం రిలీజ్ చేస్తూ వస్తున్నాం. మిగతా రిపోర్ట్స్ కూడా మీ దగ్గర ఉండుంటాయి, లేకపోతే వీ కెన్ ఆల్వేస్ ఫర్నిష్ టు యూ. సో దిస్ 9th annual report showcases an extremely impressive year of growth and achievements in the IT and electronic sectors. I'll also be going through this and you'll also see slides popping up, so you can make some notes and references from there as well. There has been recession, global slowdown, COVID, etc. in the last couple of years. But Telangana has not only maintained its growth, but we have surpassed all national averages, solidifying our position, consolidating, and making Hyderabad and Telangana a leading destination for innovation and investments. Today, I'll present some key investments and milestones that have happened in the last year. And let me remind you, this is the numbers are till end of March. But I'm also going to talk about the investments that have come through in our last US and UK visits. Investments emo, they include the US and UK visit as well, which is post-March. But numbers that I'm going to talk about will only reflect numbers till 31st March, the financial year. So this year, California-based EV company called Fisker has set up their India headquarters in Hyderabad and continues to grow and continues to add to our innovation and sustainable mobility capabilities. Another very interesting company called as Callaway Golf has also set up their Digitech facility in Hyderabad. They have already started with about 200 people. They are a global leader in golf equipment, apparel and entertainment. And I'm looking forward to, in fact, seeing them grow and grow even bigger. A very large company, which is very, very prominent, called Qualcomm, as you all know, has now become, this center in Hyderabad, has become their largest, this year that is, has become their largest center outside of the US. They have invested nearly 4,000 crores to expand their Hyderabad operations over the next 5 years. And their campus is a mega campus. In fact, it's very close from where we are. It's about 1.7 million square foot of campus. Nearly 10,000 employees are working from Qualcomm, making this their second largest center in the world. Now, what I'm even more delighted about is a huge success story, which is next. Google, I think your favorite search engine now for everybody. మనకి ఏం తెలియకపోయినా గూగుల్ని అడగడం అలవాటు అయిపోయింది. కాబట్టి నిన్ననో మొన్న నా కొడుకు ఏదో అడిగాడు, నాకు తెలియంది, నేను కూడా గూగుల్ని అడిగి తెలుసుకున్నాను. So Google is building their largest campus outside of their headquarters in the US in Mountain View in Hyderabad. Last year, in fact, we broke ground, and it is construction is going on furiously. We broke ground, and it's a 3.3 million square foot energy efficient, sustainable building. We're very proud that this is their second largest campus in the world outside of the US, and delighted that it is coming up, and it will become a true testament to Hyderabad's capabilities, engineering prowess, and it will stand as a landmark. This building will stand as a landmark for Hyderabad for decades to come. We also welcomed a very interesting company, a Swiss company called Swiss Re. Swiss Re is a reinsurance company. They provide their 160-year-old Zurich headquartered company. They have set up their innovation and analytical center in Hyderabad, and it's a huge addition to Hyderabad's banking, financial services, insurance ecosystem. Also very proud about another European company called as ZF. ZF again has their second largest facility in the world outside of Germany in Hyderabad. It's a 300,000 square foot campus, a large campus. I would like to thank our dear friend Mamta Chamarthi for this. She was instrumental in helping us achieve this. Again, it was launched in 2017, but they've expanded operations last year. And now, with more than 5,000 engineers, this is their second largest center in the world. Another very interesting company called as Experience Services. It's an American-Irish consumer credit reporting giant. They've expanded operations in India. And now they've started to add about 4,000 employees in Hyderabad. And I'm very proud that this will again be one of their largest centers in the world. another very interesting Indian company called as LTI Mindtree, an amalgamation of L&T and Mindtree. It is the fifth largest IT player in India after Wipro, Infy, TCS, and others, and Tech Mahindra. They're also expanding their operations, and I've inaugurated this facility recently. And it's very close to where we are, about 100,000 square foot of facility. And now, what is even more delightful about Mindtree is they've also launched a center in Warangal. And I'm looking forward to the center in Warangal also growing and becoming larger and bigger. Next is another very interesting company, Grid Dynamics. It's an engineering IT services company. They're into cloud solutions. It was again started with 1,000, and they're also expanding. They're into AI, data engineering, cloud, of course, and they continue to grow, which is again an extremely important area, in terms of emerging technologies. We also, in fact, not only have focused on private investments and private sector investments coming in, we also launched, we are very proud, in fact, to have launched a cybercrime center of excellence because, as you all know, even crime is evolving. Crime is also shaping, changing forms and shapes. Now, the typical crime ane tagipoindi. The new age crime is now cybercrime. So we launched in tandem with Cyberabad Police Commissionerate, a center of excellence for cyber safety. We're proud that this is, again, first of its kind initiative in India. And we look forward, again, to working closely with the industry, to working closely and creating more cyber warriors, creating more employment opportunities for our youngsters, and creating a very vibrant cyber ecosystem from our state, leading the rest of the country as well. Another investment that I'm very upbeat about. In fact, I skipped going to Delhi for it, and I also got a bit of flack in the media for this. అక్కడ బీఆర్ఎస్ పార్టీ ఆఫీస్ ఓపెనింగ్ అవుతుంటే మీరు ఇక్కడేం చేస్తున్నారు అని చెప్పి కూడా కొంతమంది విమర్శించారు నన్ను. అయినప్పటికీ I chose to stay back to ensure that Bosch, which was a company with whom we were working for a long time, with whom we've been talking to for a long time, a German company, German major, because I knew the importance of Bosch, I knew what could be done with Bosch. I stayed back and I inaugurated it on the same day. BGS over BRS అంటున్నాడు మావాడు. Bosch Global Software over అంటున్నాడు. ఓవర్ ఏం కాదు, అది ఉంటేనే ఇది కానీ. Bosch, I stayed back that day and I inaugurated. I'm truly delighted that it's shaping up really well. They are going to hire about 3,000 people by 2025. Center's growing and growing at a furious pace. They're a leader, a German MNC, of course, a leader in mobility, industrial engineering and home appliances. Now, what I look forward to with Bosch is them becoming a part of our mobility valley as well. Because, this cross-functional knowledge sharing that can happen, when you have someone like Bosch in Hyderabad is, you can have an OEM, you can have an engineering and innovation company, you can have startups, and the entire spectrum of these guys is what makes a place, grow and thrive. And I believe that this is an extremely important investment from Hyderabad's perspective. Next is, of course, our good old Microsoft. They've consolidated their presence. Of course, they continue to grow and they continue to make Hyderabad continues to remain their second largest development center in the world. They've also added 3 new data centers with more than $3 billion of investment. It's a huge investment and a huge pat on the back for the Hyderabad's cloud ecosystem. And Hyderabad continues to attract investments in data centers. And Hyderabad also continue. And by the way, this is Microsoft's own data center. So they have other data centers, but this is their own data center. And this is their largest in the country. And one of the largest foreign direct investments for Telangana state as well. Next, of course, is a large, possibly the largest foreign direct investment that we have received. This is, again, last year, 36,300 crores, almost $4.7 billion. Then I don't know what the rupee value today is. But in rupee terms, it's about 36,300 crores. And 3 data centers, which are under construction right now, will be inaugurated sometime soon. All coming up in Hyderabad, and very proud that this is the largest FDI that the state of Telangana has received from Amazon. And the relationship with Amazon is special because our relationship started on the discussion of a small fulfillment center. Then it became, then came the world's largest campus of Amazon in our own city. Now this is one of their largest investments anywhere in the world. And I'm proud that this is really consolidation of our relationship. And because our chief minister keeps saying, your existing customer is your biggest brand ambassador. If your existing customer is happy, they're going to give you more business, they're going to spread the word, they're going to spread the cheer. Just make sure that they're taken care of. So our relationship with Amazon and it going from strength to strength is a testimony to that, testimony to Telangana government's industrial relations and what was being just mentioned by Srinivas Garu, that he heard, even Srikant mentioned it, he heard stories from investors on how well they're received and taken care of in Telangana. In fact, Jayesh Ranjan keeps answering WhatsApp messages at 2 o'clock in the morning is what investors have told me. I haven't, I haven't sent him any messages in the night, but Jayesh is so proactive and my team is so proactive. I'm super proud of my team because any leader is only as good as his team, his or her team. And my team, I can proudly tell you, is an amalgamation of expertise and experience from the private sector, from, I mean, if these guys were in the private sector, they would be killing it. They would be making millions and millions of rupees. But they chose to come to government. The fact that they've taken a significant pay cut, they've come here, they're working with us, shows that they're not only committed to the state, but they're committed to the country and the cause. And I truly, sincerely, wholeheartedly thank my entire team for their service, for their zeal. Another very important investment in cybersecurity was from CyberArk. Now, this is an extremely important company, again, in cybersecurity research. It's an Israeli company. They've expanded their presence here, and they continue to consolidate their research and development efforts. In fact, we are going to collaborate with them in creating more cyber warriors and ensuring that more young kids get gainfully employed. Next is a marquee investment that we signed up recently in the last couple of weeks. This was London Stock Exchange. Now, it's a marquee name. London Stock Exchange Group is something that everybody in the world knows. Again, they've done their due diligence. They're more than 300-year company, and they've done great deal of research before they narrowed down to Hyderabad. Of course, we've had to convince them, meet them multiple times, and eventually they signed off recently when we were in London. And this center will be starting this year, starting with employment of 1,000 people. But what I've seen in the last 9 years of my experience as a minister of technology and industry is, every time a foreign MNC comes in saying, I'm going to recruit 1,000 people, inevitably they end up doubling and tripling and quadrupling their numbers in no time. So I'm pretty confident that, London Stock Exchange will also certainly grow and grow faster than what they think, what they have imagined. Next is another very interesting and exciting company called The Zone. It is pronounced The Zone, but it's spelled D-A-Z-N. Now, The Zone is a global leader in sports live streaming. They have presence in about 180 countries, and they've chosen Hyderabad as their center for product development. This is their second largest outside of the UK, and this investment, again, will create 3,000 jobs by 2023-24. And The Zone, I believe, will also help us attract more and more other media, entertainment companies, streaming companies, sports companies, e-sport production, because it really is a very, very well-known name and an entertainment powerhouse, like I said. They have announced a So again, I believe this is just a foot in the door. I do believe that there is enough and more that we can get from this investment particularly. The next one is, again, an investment that we could sign off on in the US, a company called Zapcom, a US-based product engineering company. Again, they are growing and they're growing big. They will initially employ 500 and expand to 1,000 within a year. They'll be specializing in travel and hospitality. They have products which are focused on AI. Another very interesting company, again, we sealed this in Houston, in Texas. This is an oil and gas company called Technip FMC. Now, Technip FMC is special because of two reasons. One, they are not only going to set up a R&D lab here, but they're also setting up a manufacturing footprint, which is extremely important. The manufacturing investment itself is about $150 million. And manufacturing will create about 1,000 jobs. And the other piece, the development piece, will also create another 2,500 jobs. What I believe is, between the manufacturing and R&D, the total export potential value is about $650 million. So it will add to Hyderabad's export, worthiness. It will improve and it will give a major boost to Hyderabad's ecosystem and the city's potential in diverse sectors, including oil and gas. Next one again is a very, very interesting company, Alliant. Alliant was in Hyderabad. It's in BFSI sector. They work in consulting and financial services. They had about 1,000 people. Again, they invested in 2017. But this year, when we were in Houston, I was mighty impressed with their management and their audacious goals. In fact, they are so happy with Hyderabad that this was again an unplanned announcement. When we went there, we didn't know what numbers they would be telling us. We knew that they had expansion plans, but we were not sure of the kind of potential there was. We went in with a very conservative mindset, thinking, it'd be great if they can double or triple. But what they told us was staggering. They said, we're looking to add about 9,000 people, 9,000 jobs in a matter of next few years. And they asked us for help, and we actually gotten them in touch with Task. And I'm truly confident that these 9,000 new jobs will give the state's youth opportunities in tax, accounting, audit services, technology. The reason why I'm mentioning different sectors is to showcase the strength of Hyderabad and the versatility of Hyderabad. Oil and gas nunchi modalu pedte, tax, accounting, sports, entertainment, not your regular reinsurance, actuarial sciences. So the range of topics that Hyderabad today can boast of, expertise that Hyderabad can boast of. I think very few cities, aerospace, defense, logistics, and I'm leaving out a few others, of course. All of these have become Hyderabad's strong areas, and I'm super proud that city is growing and growing at a breakneck speed. Another very interesting company, of course, you would all have heard of Bain Capital, a large company, a large investment bank. This is a Bain Capital owned company called VXI Global. Again, when we went into this meeting, we had no idea. We thought it would just be probably a courtesy meeting or a meeting where we'll have to do the hard sell and try and convince them to set shop in Hyderabad. But eventually, when the meeting was over, and when the VP told us that they're looking to hire about 10,000 people in Hyderabad over the next 3 years, we were amazed, and we were thrilled and excited, super excited, in fact. So we welcome VXI Global, and I again urge our youngsters, because again, this is a very interesting company. They provide customer experience solutions, so it will be able to give an opportunity to a number of freshers, number of youngsters who can be trained. In fact, again, Task is a great agency that you can collaborate with. You can work with Task, because every time I make an announcement in my social media, the first question I get back is, okay, how do I apply? How can you ensure that Telangana youth get employment? My answer to them is, work through Task, reach out, skill, upskill, reskill. There is no substitute. You cannot be looking for shortcuts. Skill, upskill, reskill. Be in alignment with what the market wants. Be in alignment with where the industry is headed. Look at the next few sectors that are shaping up. Start working towards it. Start building up your skill profile, and then you'll surely be able to accomplish what your goal is. The next one again is a very, very interesting company called as Mondi Holdings. This is a gentleman from Telugu states. In fact, his name is Prasad. Prasad runs a very successful company called as Mondi. It is one of the largest, world's largest B2B2C company, a travel marketplace and technology innovation company. So they are looking again to hire 2,000 people. For their first venture outside of the US, looking to hire 2,000 people. Again, great opportunity for freshers. So I hope, again, cloud products, services, SaaS, mobile, and there are plenty of other solutions that they're looking for. Another very interesting Hyderabad American company owned by a couple of Hyderabadis is Right Software. Now, this Right Software, again, heartening thing was they're looking to expand into tier 2 towns as well, like Warangal. And of course, they're wanting to consolidate and grow in Hyderabad, but they're also looking to make a foray into Warangal. Next one, please. State Street, one of the best stories in the recent times, one of the largest Fortune 500 companies in BFSI sector, $40 trillion under its custody, a large investment bank. Second largest center, again, they gave us the good news when we met with them in Boston, I think it was. And they announced that now Hyderabad will become their second largest base outside of greater Boston area, with more than 5,000 new jobs. Now, these are opportunities that need to be grabbed. I am content in increasing the size of the pie, from growing Hyderabad from 56,000 crores worth of IT exports to 183,000 to the new number now. Likewise, from growing Hyderabad from 320,000 employees to about 700,000 till now to growing it more. Because as the pie keeps growing, everybody will get an opportunity. Hyderabad is an international city. It is not just a cosmopolitan city in India. It has that international vibe. Today, Rajinikanth coming here and saying it feels like New York is not a joke. Rajinikanth has traveled all over the world. He's not somebody who's not, it's not like he stepped out of Chennai for the first time, so therefore he's enamored by Hyderabad. No. This is a man who's traveled the globe, trotted the globe, and now comes to Hyderabad and suddenly says, this feels like New York. So these are all testimonies to Hyderabad and how well it has shaped up over the last few years. So my humble request to the youth of Telangana, to the youngsters of Telangana, please latch on to these opportunities. These have been created for you. The government incentivizes the industry to set shop here. Please aspire for these, improve your skill base, aspire and grab them, and they are yours. Because for somebody else to relocate from another city to Hyderabad is a big deal. But for you to move to Hyderabad and latch on to this is a far simpler, because you're at home, in your state, in your city. So for you to latch on to these should be rather easy. Well, on the tier 2 story, in fact, we had set a target for ourselves. This term, when we started our journey in 2018, the second term the government came into office, I had told my principal secretary and my entire team that our goal should be to ensure that tier 2 story grows. I'm super happy that Warangal, of course, continues to grow. Warangal has already now companies like Tech Mahindra, Scient, Genpact, L&T Mindtree, and now we recently, last time I was in Warangal, we had inaugurated L&T Mindtree, Genpact, HRH Next, Hexad, Softpath, and Quadrant. And some of them are building their own campuses. I think it's a brilliant story. Mehboob Nagar's IT tower has been inaugurated, and I'm happy with the way it is also shaping up. There are, the companies are hiring, and I do believe that Amar Raja Batteries setting up shop next door is also going to help, in product innovation and in mobility. Mehboob Nagar will certainly find its place. Likewise, we have had a significant success in the US. Sonata Software, again, is coming to Nalgonda. They are setting up a center in Nalgonda with about 200 people, which I think is heartening because Sonata is a well-known company. And I do believe that them coming to Nalgonda will give a huge fillip to others in the mid-tier to also start looking at tier 2 towns. Likewise, the 3M Healthcare coming to Karimnagar in collaboration with a company called as Eclat, again, is a huge resounding testimony to the capability of the tier 2 youngsters. So companies like Sonata, 3M, Mindtree, Scient going to Warangal, Nalgonda, and Karimnagar is a rather compelling story that I can sell to others and invite them also to set shop in our tier 2 towns. In Washington, D.C., we had a number of meetings with a number of entrepreneurs of Indian origin. We tried to convince them, saying, if somebody can do it in Bellampalli, 2 companies in Bellampalli, Value Pitch and Sanatana Analytics, on their own, using the government's policies and support, they have set up centers and now 300 employees work for them in Bellampalli. So I told the same thing to all the entrepreneurs in DC. I told them if those 2 companies can do it, then why can't you do it in Siddipet, Ramgundam, Mancherial, elsewhere, Mehboob Nagar, Nalgonda, etc., etc. So those stories now getting built, and I'm truly happy and proud. On the 15th of this month, in fact, we'll be inaugurating the tower in Siddipet, the IT hub in Siddipet. Finance Minister had called yesterday. He wanted this to be done as part of the decennial celebrations, and we are doing it on 15th. And right after this, we'll also be inaugurating the IT hub in Nizamabad, probably another 15 to 20 days from there. And then Nalgonda will also get ready. So in the next few months, you'll see 3 new IT hubs opening up in tier 2 towns. Siddipet on 15th of June, and followed by Nizamabad, and then by Nalgonda, all in the span of next few months. Nalgonda most likely would be in the middle of August, and in July probably we'll be doing Nizamabad. So in June we'll do Siddipet, in July we'll do Nizamabad, in August we'll be doing, thank you, Nalgonda. So delighted that this is shaping up well. In fact, our tier 2 cities, in the last visit of ours in the UK and US, we have been able to get a pledge or support of almost 2,500 jobs in the tier 2 towns, and I'm proud that the story is also shaping up rather well. Electronics sector is growing and growing well. We've had some significant investments like Amar Raja, Alox, Foxconn. Foxconn has been the biggest in terms of our employment story. 100,000 employment was the committed goal, committed MOU that the chairman of Foxconn had committed to our chief minister. The first, unit has been grounded. And in fact, I had to travel all the way back from UK just for that one day to ground the Foxconn unit and then fly back to the US. So that's our commitment to our investors. 35,000 new jobs from this one unit alone. And I do believe that Foxconn will grow from strength to strength. And the commitment of 100,000 is heartening because these are jobs where you can have youngsters who've done their diploma, who've done their +2, who've done their basic degree, and they all can get gainfully employed here. So this creates an amazing opportunity for youngsters who are possibly diploma holders and others. And I'm proud that electronics sector has been doing rather well. Of course, we hosted the Formula E race and hosted the E-Mobility Week from 5th to 11th. And we will continue to consolidate on the strengths of electronics manufacturing and mobility. T-Hub, where we are today, the 2.0 version of it was launched by our Honorable Chief Minister on the 28th of June last year. And I'm happy that T-Hub continues to attract headlines across the country. In fact, we've been awarded by Government of India as the best incubator in India. I believe that T-Hub has been an inspiration. In fact, day before yesterday, I saw a statement from Maharashtra government that inspired by T-Hub, they're launching an M-Hub. I don't know what M-Hub means, probably Maharashtra Hub or Mumbai Hub, I'm not sure. But glad that they're inspired, glad that they're also drawing inspiration from the startup state of Telangana. T-Works, which is right across the street, again, inaugurated by Foxconn chairman, and again, continues to be India's largest prototyping facility, has signed agreements with Foxconn, Qualcomm, Vasanta Tools, and continues to be in the news for all the right reasons. VHub celebrated 5 years last year and has helped more than 288 women entrepreneurs, 21 startup programs, has created several jobs, and through programs like Women in STEM and V-Alpha, VHub also has increased its focus on girl student programs to create an entrepreneurial mindset among the youngsters. TSIC, the Telangana State Innovation Cell, has been doing some stellar work. More than 100 Telangana startups were granted 2 lakhs each as a part of the district reimbursement grant by Government of Telangana. The intent of TSIC was to catch our youngsters rather young in a high school stage, ensure that they are given an opportunity to dabble in innovation, to dabble in entrepreneurship. And our MOU with UNICEF also was inked last year, and we will be creating Y-Hub, India's first incubator hub for youth and adolescents, again, as part of our effort to continue to spur innovation. Task continues to remain the mainstay of the skilling ecosystem. Task has been, in fact, a great story. Whenever I go out and whenever I talk about how Telangana's ecosystem is vibrant, continues to remain a vibrant powerhouse because of the presence of talented youth. One of the reasons why I can say that confidently is because Task, in the last 1 year alone, has had 700 plus colleges registered, 35,000 new students registered, close to 2 lakh students skilled over last year, 2,000 faculty have been skilled in last year, and over 125 placement drives conducted and placed almost 30,000 plus students. And of course, we continue to engage with the industry and continue industry partnerships, and the list is there for you to see on who all we have partnered with. TSAT has been a revelation. TSAT, in fact, has been a revelation because during COVID, when the entire system was shut, when the coaching institution was shut, when schools were shut, when offices were shut, TSAT came to the rescue of many youngsters. Today, I'm proud to share with you, TSAT, in fact, in one last year, has now achieved a total user count of 42.8 lakhs, which is about 4.28 million. Total viewers are 16.73 crores. A lot of children who prepare, a lot of youngsters who prepare for competitive exams, including the medical entrance exam, the engineering entrance exam, other public service commission exams. So a lot of them have used TSAT and to good effect. MSET, like I said, PSC, LPRB and others. And TSAT, in fact, also has been reaching out to other sections like farmers, to women workers in healthcare, ASHA workers, etc., etc. One very important and heartening aspect of Telangana government has been the ESD, the Electronic Services Delivery. Very underrated, overlooked, in fact, if I may say so. Because the other day when I actually got a tweet from Jayesh Ranjan, I myself did not really realize how well T-Wallet has been doing. T-Wallet has already clocked transactions more than worth 20,000 crores, which is a humongous number, if you ask me. Because even Government of India's own digital wallet, I'm not sure what the numbers are, but for a state to have its own digital wallet and to have the foresight to actually be able to come out with it during COVID and to make it such a large, successful initiative is something truly laudable. And I compliment Jayesh and my team for that, and the director ESD as well for that. And not only T-Wallet, Me Seva, the T-App Folio. Today we offer more than 450 services to citizens through 90 plus participating agencies. And there are more than 4,500 centers of Me Seva across the state. And we handle, this is apart from T-Wallet. These other portals, Me Seva portals, etc., handle 6,800 crores worth of transactions per annum and serve nearly 2.4 crore people per annum. Huge numbers. If you think about it, it's literally 40% of 60% of the population, which is a huge number. 2.4 crore citizens per annum, 6,800 crore, in terms of monetary terms, and we've been ranked consistently by Government of India as the best performing state in electronic services delivery in e-governance. And in fact, by e-Tal, that's a Meitei agency, we've been ranked number 2, but for e-governance, we've won several awards from private and government sector as well. T-Fiber is still going on. It had to happen sooner than this, but we've achieved end-to-end services in about 12 districts, and 4 more districts will be ready by the end of this month. So that would be about half Telangana. But the commercial connections, etc., that needs to happen. Today I also saw an ad from the Kerala government, and a lot of questions were asked of me on when we are completing our T-Fiber. I'll have to assess internally and come back. But it is something that is an ongoing process, and I believe that it will again be a game changer. Emerging Technologies Wing has been doing rather well. In fact, they've been winning several awards for the way technologies have been adopted, embraced in various facets of our administration. We're the first state in India to have conducted a pilot of e-voting in 2 districts, making voting more accessible to the citizens. We also have 4 centers of excellence: cybersecurity, waste management, additive manufacturing, that is NCAM, and AI. All of these are being run by our Emerging Technologies Department, and I'm super proud again of what they've been able to achieve. TSTS, again, continues to help our infrastructure growth. And I know you're not here for this, all these things that I've just told you, and most of you were just nodding. I saw Kurumnath Garu also just nodding. I think you were waiting for the numbers. So now I come to the numbers. అంటే లాస్ట్కి చెప్పే ముందు మీకు ఇదంతా చెప్తేనే వింటారో లేకపోతే వినరని అట్లా. So I'll come to the most awaited part of the report. For the year, just to again put things in context, last year it was 183,000. But this year, I'm super happy to report that we grew at a staggering 31.44%. The export numbers today stand tall at 2,41,275 crores. ఇది ఒక్క మాటలో చెప్పాలి అంటే తెలుగులో చెప్పాలి. 2014లో రాష్ట్రం ఆవిర్భవించిన నాడు రాష్ట్రం యొక్క ఐటీ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ నంబర్ 56,000 కోట్లు. లాస్ట్ ఇయర్కి ఈ ఇయర్కి పెరుగుదల చూస్తే సరిగ్గా 57,000 కోట్లు. మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చెప్తాను సో దట్ యు అండర్స్టాండ్. రాష్ట్రం ఆవిర్భవించిన నాడు 2014లో 57,000 కోట్లు 57,000 కోట్లు ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్. కానీ పోయిన సంవత్సరానికి ఈ సంవత్సరానికి వచ్చిన ఇంక్రిమెంటల్ గ్రోత్ లాస్ట్ ఇయర్కి ఇయర్ 21-22కి 22-23కి it's 57,000 crores. So that is the story of Telangana, if I have to sum it up in one sentence. How quickly, there's no other word for this other than explosive growth. Then explosive growth anala inke anala naku telidu, but I think that is the right word for this. More importantly, number of new jobs. Last year, as I was saying, NASSCOM report prakarame, out of the jobs, total jobs created in India last year, let me remind you, last year, out of the total jobs created in India in technology, 1/3 were from Hyderabad, 33%. But this year, it's even more impressive. This year, it's 44%. 44% of the total jobs created in the country are from one state, Telangana. ఎంత కన్ఫ్యూజ్ ఎందుకు చేస్తున్నా గురించి ఎట్లా the increase of 57,000 crores and in terms of employment as well, it's a humongous story. Cumulative employment తీసుకున్నా export numbers ఏమో 31.44% growth. Employment numbers తీసుకుంటే the growth is 16.29%. Out of the total jobs created, 2.9 lakhs last year, 44%, that is about 1,27,594 jobs, new jobs were created in Telangana alone. Now let me explain to you what this means. అంటే మొత్తం ఇంటర్గ్రాఫ్ అనే ఒక మీకు ఐడియా ఉండాలి. ఇంటర్గ్రాఫ్ అనే ఒక బిల్డింగ్ ఉంటుంది బేగంపేటలో. 1985లో కట్టారు, 87లో కట్టారు. దట్ వాజ్ ద ఫస్ట్ ఐటీ కంపెనీ ఇన్ హైదరాబాద్. సో 1987 నుంచి 2014 దాకా 13-14 దాకా అంటే ఎన్నేళ్ళు, 37 ఏళ్ళ 27 ఏళ్ళ 27 ఏళ్ళు, 27 ఏళ్లలో హైదరాబాద్ చేరుకున్న ఐటీ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ నెంబర్ 56,000 కోట్లు, 57,000 కోట్లు. మరి అక్కడ నుంచి 56,000 కోట్ల నుంచి మొదలు పెడితే టుడే ఇన్ 1 year వీఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు సర్పాస్ దట్ నంబర్, 57,000 crores in 1 year. This is an increase factor by almost 4.21 times. అంటే మీరు అప్పుడు 57,000 crores-ని ఇప్పుడు 2.41 lakh crore తీసుకుంటే 4.21 times, or exports have more than quadrupled. This is impressive by any standards, by any stretch of imagination. ఓవరాల్గా ఒకవేళ CAGR తీసుకుంటే, కంపౌండెడ్ యాన్యువల్ గ్రోత్ తీసుకుంటే 17.31% since this formation of the state. And let me remind you again, మధ్యలో 2 సంవత్సరాలు కోవిడ్ వచ్చింది, అయినా మన కంపౌండెడ్ యాన్యువల్ గ్రోత్ రేట్ CAGR is 17.31. ఇక్కడ ఇంకొక మాట చెప్పాలి. ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ డైరెక్ట్ జాబ్ ఇన్ టెక్నాలజీ 4 jobs indirectly are created aligned to it. For example, ఎట్లా అంటారా, ఏంటి ఇండైరెక్ట్ జాబ్స్ అంటే, హైదరాబాద్ ఈరోజు రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ ఇండస్ట్రీ బాగా జరుగుతోంది, హోమ్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఇండస్ట్రీ బాగా జరుగుతోంది, హోమ్ బయింగ్ బాగా జరుగుతుందని మీరే రిపోర్ట్లు ఇస్తూ ఉంటారు, పేపర్లో చూస్తూ ఉంటాను. నైట్ ఫ్రాంక్ చెప్పింది, కుష్మన్ వేక్ఫీల్డ్ చెప్పాడు, JLL చెప్పింది, ఇంకోరు చెప్పారు. ఎలా ఆనరాక్ చెప్పింది, ఇట్లా రిపోర్ట్స్ వస్తూ ఉంటాయి. ఎట్లా వస్తుంది, ఎందుకు వస్తుంది గ్రోత్? అది రాయదుర్గం 2014లో ఎట్లా ఉండే, ఈరోజు ఎట్లా ఉంది? ఇక్కడ ఎన్ని బిల్డింగ్స్ వచ్చినాయి, ఎంత గ్రోత్ కనబడుతుంది, కనబడే అభివృద్ధి ఎంత ఉంది, ఎన్ని కొత్త, ఇప్పుడు హైదరాబాద్ ORR నుంచి లోపలికి వస్తుంటే ఎందుకు హైదరాబాద్ భిన్నంగా కనబడుతుంది, 10 ఏళ్ళకి ఇప్పటికి ఎందుకు తేడా కనబడుతుంది? ఎందుకంటే నాట్ జస్ట్ ఫిజికల్ ఇన్ఫ్రా, ద న్యూ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ దట్ హవ్ కమ్ అప్, ద న్యూ ఫెసిలిటీస్ దట్ హవ్ కమ్ అప్, కొత్త ఇండ్లు, కొత్త ఐటీ కంపెనీలు, కొత్తగా అమ్ముడుపోతున్న వెహికల్స్, తర్వాత హాస్పిటాలిటీ, ఇవన్నీ కూడా ది క్రియేట్ అ లాట్ ఆఫ్ మల్టిప్లయర్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అంటారు కదా. ఆ మల్టిప్లయర్ ఎఫెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ అవ్వడం వల్ల ఈరోజు 3,20,000 ఐటీ ఉద్యోగులు ఉన్న హైదరాబాదు ఈరోజు 9,05,000 ఉద్యోగులకు చేరుకుంది. అంటే ఈవెన్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ వీ హ్యావ్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ ట్రిపుల్డ్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ బ్రాడ్లీ ద స్టోరీ ఆఫ్ Telangana's IT. Now let me also quickly draw comparisons. I'd like to thank NASSCOM, SEZ and STPI for joining us. I'm thankful to them for validating these numbers and giving us these numbers. మనకి ఒక్కసారి భారతదేశం యొక్క ఓవరాల్ నెంబర్స్ కూడా చూడాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది. ఈ సంవత్సరం I told you that we grew at 31.44%. National growth rate, average growth is 9.36%, which is almost 3.5 times, probably or more. In terms of employment as well, ఇవాళ భారతదేశంలో టెక్నాలజీ రంగంలో వచ్చే ప్రతి 2 ఉద్యోగాల్లో దాదాపుగా ఒకటి హైదరాబాద్ నుంచి వస్తుందంటే ఐ డోంట్ థింక్ దట్స్ అ మీన్ ఫీట్. మనం బెంగళూరుతో పోటీ పడి లాస్ట్ ఇయర్, ఈ ఇయర్ 2 సార్లు కూడా we were able to surpass them. Now this again is a humongous story, because ఆ రోజు ఇక్కడ ఒక ఇంపార్టెంట్ నెంబర్ చెప్పాలి. ఇప్పుడే అమర్ చెప్పారు, మొత్తం భారతదేశంలో 54 లక్షల ఐటీ ఉద్యోగులు ఉన్నారు అని చెప్పారు.